Okay, so this is an introduction of the Bizon C Hub. It's basically a Mac app that you can use to control all your Bizon computers, and you don't need to have a monitor connected to them or anything like that, or a keyboard or a mouse. It works like a NAS device, so you can search the Bizon on your network. It will attach to it, and you can connect. They have different options, different settings, and it has an AI built in that you can take control and talk to your computer instead of just sending commands and writing code on the terminal. Okay, so we're gonna start from the overview. So the overview right now, I'm on my Mac, and you can see here my Mac is connected. And of course I can run models and things on my Mac, but if I wanna add, the first step will be adding our Bizon workstation. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna connect the Bizon workstation to the wall, to the outlet, power, and Ethernet cable. That's all you need. After that, we're gonna click plus sign button, and we're gonna scan for local network, or if you already have the IP of the Bizon, you're just gonna go ahead, name it the name you want, and put the IP here. In this case, we're gonna scan the network for it. So it is scanning, and it found one device that I have right now. It has a GPU, and it's called RTX 5090. We're gonna click added to it, and you're gonna see that it's gonna be added here. On the overview panel, you're gonna see all your computers in once, and you can ask the AI things like, hey, deploy this to all the computers or the selected ones. But we're gonna start with the first one. So we added the machine, and we got different things on the side panel. On the side panel, we got models. Models, you can switch between your devices. Right now, we got my Mac, and we have the Bizon one. The Bizon one doesn't have any model yet, but we have the Mac. We have different models that we can chat to it, that we can download. So if we're gonna go here, we're gonna say, let's say I wanna download the Gemma 4 model. I can just click on that, then browse models, and then we're gonna look for Gemma 4. And then here, there is different versions. I wanna try the E4B. So I click on that, and it's downloading it now. What's gonna happen is using Ollama in the backend, and it's downloading the model to my box, okay? Okay, so now it downloads the model, and we can see here, we can go then to inference, and then here in the chat, we're gonna select the computer we're gonna use. For example, I can run a model on my Mac, do an inference on my Mac, or I can do on my first Bizon computer. So here, it automatically select the models available. Right now we got this one, and if we type something on the chat, we're gonna see we're gonna get a reply, and this is running a local model on the computer. And of course, you can do this with as many models as you want. Okay, we got the tokens per second we're getting, and how many tokens was output to it. New chats and all the basic stuff. You can upload files and everything from your computer, from your Mac. So basically, the box is just acting as a compute device as it should. All right, so that's inference. Now, the other one is cluster. On the cluster side, right now we got a Bizon workstation, the first computer, which has an RTX 5090. And here, the goal is to have, you can connect multiple Bizon together, and you can have a cluster with multiple computers. So for example, if you have a model that is big enough that doesn't fit on a single GPU or multi-GPU box, you can add another box, and then the model will split through it automatically in the back end, and you can have huge models running in a very easy way. Okay, in the back end of this is using XOLAB with CUDA optimizations for the machines. Okay, and here right now you have 0 node to 1 node, and then as more nodes you add, you're gonna see the amount of GPUs you're gonna have and the total VRAM you're gonna have if it's not only for one node but multi-nodes together. So you can see if the model is gonna fit or not. Okay, down here, the same thing. You can download models and run it. And this is all the cluster part. Agents, it's a very important and a new feature. So let's say you got your Bizon workstation and if you add it to your app, and the next thing you want to do is just install one of the agents. Right now, OpenClaw, Hermes, or NanoClaw. Hermes is one of the best ones, and you can just click install here. It's going to install it for you. You select the models you want to use. You can use either local models or you can use the cloud models. And after that, you can chat with the agent from your phone. So for example, you do here, Ollama, you can use Ollama, or you can use a custom URL, or if you want, you leave it blank like that. It's gonna configure to use, then later on, you can do a cloud code. And at the end, it's gonna give you a way to configure Telegram as well in a very easy way, so you can chat with your Bizon box from Telegram. Okay. That's agents. Then we go to fine-tune. Fine-tune right now, you can deploy, and we're using Onslaught Studio, which is one of the best fine-tuning tools at the moment. And it's going to deploy it on the machine or any other machines. And then you can then do different fine-tuning and all that. Very easy and intuitive that you can use from here, that you can do from here. Then we got files. Files is very important because sometimes you need to move file between your computers. Right now, I'm selecting the Bizon workstation, and you're going to see here on the left side is my Mac, and on the right side is the Bizon. If I want to copy something, I just click on it, transfer, and it will move that file into my Bizon workstation, or you can do the same from Bizon to your Mac. So super easy to use. an FTP server configured already. Then we got the system monitor. Here is a very interesting, actually a fun one, because here we have at the top, we're going to have all the GPUs on your system. Right now, we got a single RTX 5090. We got basic information, important information like utilization, temperature, graphics, memory cores, the power usage, and the fan speed. If you go down, you can scroll down here and you're going to see the processes running on the workstation right now on the GPU. So for example, Llama is running and we're using 11 gigabyte because that's what the model is using right now. Okay. Then down, we have the GPU control. There's a few presets that you can select. You can do quiet mode, which reduces the fan speed of the machine and the power of the GPU. So it runs quieter and you still have amazing performance. You can do balance mode, or you can go full power, which sometimes in multi-GPUs, specifically in multi-GPUs, you need to have the GPUs running at 100% of the fan speed. When you got 4 or 6 of them, they can keep running at full speed, the models. And also you can control here and you can play with the power of the GPU. You can control here, sometimes the GPU is consuming 600 watts, but it's no reason because the model you tested and you can see that the model performed the same way, the same amount of tokens per second at 300 watts or 400 watts. Sometimes that happens. So you can play with that. You can go down to 300, whatever it's recommended by the GPU, or you can change it manually here and then apply that setting. It's going to be applied for you. Okay. If you don't have fan control, if you click here, it will enable for you. And after that, then you can control the fan speed as well manually if you want. Okay, that's on system monitor. Then we have VNC, a very important tool. So if you're comfortable controlling your machine this way or doing a terminal, it's fine. Or you can just talk and chat with your computer like you chat with GPT or everything, but it's chatting with your box, so you can do things for you. But if you want a GUI interface with built-in, and then you can click Start Desktop, it's going to connect and it's going to give you a full desktop environment with everything happening on the machine. Okay, so from here you can open Google Chrome, you can open the terminal if you want, you can go to your folders, you can do everything that you usually do on any computer, on a desktop computer, without having a monitor connected to it, controlling from your Mac. And when you're done, you can stop it, you can close it, or you can jump into another computer. Then a few more things here. We got the settings, and in the settings section, there is one, you can lock your app. So if you don't want anybody to have access to it, you can create a PIN. And once you create that PIN, it locks you another way to unlock this app. So only you can control your computers. And on the Anthropic API, what we use this for is for the Ask Bizon AI. I will show you right now how powerful it is and how you can use it. But basically here, the only thing you have to do is you have to add your cloud API. And then after that, you can use the Bizon AI. Okay, so, and then here on the left side, you got users. So on the same app, you can have multiple users or sign out, and you can edit your profile. Okay, once you're done, and if you have a PIN set up, you can go here and clock the box. Let's say, for example, I want to add a passcode. I want to do 999999999. Okay, so that's created right now. If I lock the box, it's going to be like that. So nobody, even if they open the app, they cannot have access to it. You press the button and hold, and this is going to ask you for the password. You click the password and it unlocks your computer, and then you can do everything here. Okay. So, and lastly, on the box as well, we're going to have the terminal. So you can access directly from here, the terminal, the VNC or monitor. So you don't have to go to the left side. But if you decide to go to a terminal, you have a full terminal here that you can type and you can run things on the computer. Okay. Without opening a terminal. And the last thing I want to talk about is the Bizon AI. So this one here, you can click on it and you can ask as many things as you want. You can select different models as well from Anthropic. So the good thing is it can not only answer your question, but it can take control of your computers and run things on your computer on your behalf. For example, fix an issue, install these packages, install this library, prepare, install Comfy UI, install whatever you want. It can do it for you. It will take actions in the computer and will report back to you. But the powerful feature of this is that you can connect multiple computers together. So for example, for people that have only not one, but 200, 300 Bizon computers, then you can connect them. You can chat with this AI. It will take actions simultaneously in all those computers at the same time. For example, let's say you want to update a library or you want to download a Docker container. You can just ask the AI, hey, could you download this Docker container to all my machines or to these machines? And you can give it the name and it's going to go ahead and connect. For example, I'm going to run something right now. I'm going to ask, can you tell me what is the GPU on the Bizon 1? It's going to try to find the list of your machines. It's found one box. I couldn't find that name because we don't have that name. But he understands that we have this one, which is Bizon 1. I'm going to tell it, okay, yes, that one. Bizon 1. So it's going to go ahead and going to connect to the computer, and it's going to give me back the specs of the machine. Right now, you see here, I have one GPU, RTX 5090. I can think like, can you tell me the kernel version on this machine? And then it's going to give you, we're running 6.8.0. If you want to update, let's say, a kernel, you can say things, go ahead and update the kernel on this machine or any other machines, or maybe all your machines, and it will do it for you. Now, this is running inside the app, but if you have this, you can even close the app. So the Bizon AI is even available when you're not running the app. So if the app is running and you minimize it, then you can add like a spotlight on any Mac. You can press Command-Shift-K, or you can change that as well, and it's going to show you up. And it's going to show you this interface here that pops up like a spotlight. And from here, you can chat and you can do everything. Like you're working on your Mac and suddenly you want to do something on the workstation. You want to check of a training job. If you want to check if a model was downloaded or something like that, you can just ask. It will take control of that and we'll get back to you. And after that, you can just close it and it goes away. Okay. Then on the left side, if you open the chat, the Bizon AI, you're going to have on the left side all the chats that you've been running. You can delete them, or you can clear and start a new one. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. This is the overview of the Bizon C Hub. It's a very intuitive way of controlling your machines now with all the new technology that we're using. So instead of just typing things on the computer, going to a terminal, endless typing, endless commands to do things, now you can chat in different ways using the AI, using the agents, and everything chatting to the computer to perform the task that you need. I hope you enjoy our products and services. And remember, if you have any questions, you can send an email to support@bizon-tech.com. Have a nice day.